Good day, everybody. It's Anaris on Friday, September 17th, 2010. I hope you guys have had a fantastic week. I know I sure have, and I will get to that in a minute. But first of all, I do want to introduce our players for today's game. First of all, up here on the top, we do have DalaiLameR spawning as the blue Zerg. And down here, as the red Terran, we have none other than Tarson. So, pretty interesting Zerg versus Terran. We'll see how this game turns out. And as these players get going on their build orders, pretty much the stuff that's going on this week, if you haven't seen yet, my channel has a new background, which was submitted by one of my fans, so thank you very much for that. Check it out, let me know what you think. You can either leave a comment below, or if you want to be a cool kid, you can go to the channel itself and leave a comment there. So let me know what you think. I definitely think it looks a lot better than what I had. Actually, I didn't spend too much time on it because I'm just so busy with the other projects and stuff, but I wanted to get something up there. So, anyways, yeah, that definitely looks awesome. And then this weekend I am off work, so what I'm going to do is start working on drawing up the Eddie comic that I want to do, that I'm going to release next week. I'm probably going to do something along the lines of introductions for the other cast members, so to speak, Reginald, etc. So that's probably going to be in there. Then we're going to get into the story a little bit, and I am going to bring Eddie back to life, so don't worry about that. And let's see what else. There's the Eddie. We did the Q&A questions video this week. If you haven't gone and checked that out, I think they were done a couple days ago. Just look for the movies in the list that were done in MS Paint. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, if you haven't checked out that video called You're Gonna Hate This, you need to go watch that too. It's actually a really entertaining game. Anyways, so taking a look at what the players have right now, we have Tarson over here bringing out his first Marine and an Overlord about to discover that, and that'll be a very bad day for him. Meanwhile, Zerg did do an expansion out here. Let's take a look at the income real quick for both players. You know, DalaiLameR is sitting a little bit ahead. His drone count is a little bit higher. However, you know, Tarson is sitting on one gas refinery, whereas DalaiLameR is just building his right now. So we're still pretty early in the game, not entirely surprised that both players don't have their gases yet, as that would actually be a little weird. However, what is not weird is that Overlords cannot fight back against Marines. So that Overlord is going to die and splatter into the chasm below. As this Terran player is continuing to build from the barracks, he's actually getting a Reaper, so we might see some early Reaper harassment, might see some simple containment at the expansion. Not too sure, gonna have to see how that goes in just a minute, as the SCV is going to discover the expansion right now. It is just about complete, so he's probably thinking he's gonna have to attack that soon if he wants to knock it out, as the Zerg player is dropping down a Roach Warren in the back of his base. Now, the interesting thing to note about this map is that even though the bases are so close together, there is a cliff area directly behind the mineral line to prevent Reapers from just hopping up and then hopping back away, you know, right into the mineral line immediately. They do have to circle around the map and come in through here. Whoa, wrong way. Or, yeah, that's pretty much the only choice they have, unless they want to come to the middle and attack through here, but that's kind of a pain. So here comes the first Reaper up here into the mineral line. Dali responding very quickly, pulling his drones over to the other side while bringing his queen in. He is keeping some drones mining, so his economy is not completely suffering while that Reaper is here. And he also does have a second queen here, most likely one to inject larva, one to drop a queen, creep tumor, and then drag it over here to the natural expansion while he makes a lair down here. This is actually a little bit fast lair with so few drones mining at the time, but I mean, really, the income is still pretty good. You know, he's sitting at about almost 600, so I'd say that's enough to go ahead and get the lair, as Terran is getting his own expansion over here at the high yield. So he may be looking to make a push very quickly on the Zerg space and in this game super quick, as he is using Reapers to continue to harass the Zerg expansion. However, there are enough roaches there to push that off, as he is going to try to instead attack the main base. However, the Queen is going to not have any of that whatsoever. So at this point, he's probably going to sit around, wait for some reinforcements, as he really can't do a whole lot with those 3 Reapers. So taking a look down here at the Terran space, does have his orbital command complete. Both gas refineries are mining. 3 barracks, all 3, well, no, he's got 2 pumping Reapers and 1 pumping a giant white line. Probably just a Marine to go ahead and check out the Zonaga Watchtower, as well as a rally point for the Reapers to come up and meet with their friends. So, this expansion is getting saturated, 2 more refineries going down. For the Zerg player, we do have a Spire going up somewhere, probably at the Natural? Yep, there it is, right there, hidden. So if the Terran comes up with the Reapers, he will not indeed see this Spire right here. As the Zerg player still has a couple roaches down here, enough to kind of drive off any forces, as they are having to do right now, as we do have 6 Reapers, 7 Reapers coming in here to try to make a push. He is trying to kite the Zerg off the creep, however the Zerg is doing a very good job of staying on and baiting the Reapers back onto, or at least trying to bait the Reapers back onto the creep. However, both players know what's going on. They're not going to have any of it, and they're just going to keep dancing back and forth here as another Roach comes in and tries to get a sandwich on the Reapers. However, the Reapers do back out, and the Roaches gather up, and now it is a one side versus one side here, as the Reapers do back off for a little bit, and they're going to sit here. These Roaches are kind of wondering what's going on here. And yeah, so they're going to move in, and definitely kind of a miss micro by Tarson, as he doesn't pull these Reapers back far enough for the Zerg to see that they are not being used. So the Zerg did take advantage of that opportunity, made a push into the Reapers, and killed most of them. So Tarson making a good move, bringing this one Reaper back here, as he cannot really do anything at this point. Rather, he's going to continue to focus on his income, which, taking a look now since the high yield is going, you can see a definite advantage for Tarson, especially because he does have this one mule here. However, both players are working off of 4 geysers each now, so gas is coming in a full speed for them, as additional drones are being transferred down to the natural expansion, which does have a solid creep pathway now connecting the 2 bases. So this one Overlord's trying to keep track of what's in the Terran base. Unfortunately, he can't really see too terribly much. Let's actually take a look at that here. Yep, he doesn't really see a lot, but it is in a good position to make a run, a scouting kamikaze on the base when the time comes, if that is necessary. As the Terran player does have several barracks here already built up. He has 5 right here, plus a Stargate, or a starport rather. He's not very tall, so I don't know what I'm talking about. And here comes some mutas to try to harass the Terran base a little bit, take out this missile turret, which was almost complete before the mutalisks killed the SCV. However, another SCV did come up, finish the turret, which is forcing Dalai to kind of move around his mutas just a little bit, try to do a little bit more damage somewhere else. However, the Marines did pop out and drive away the mutalisk attack. As we do see up here at the high yield, there is 1 missile turret and a couple Marines hanging out in the bunker here. Looks like they just went in as we started talking about it. Another siege tank heading out here. Just going to see what there is to see. Not too much going on at the moment, as we do have another expansion by DalaiLameR going down here near the 11 o'clock position, as some mutalisks do move out to possibly attack the high yield. Not sure if he even sees that at the moment. Yep, it looks like he just saw the refinery, so he is going to want to check that out and see if there's any damage that he can do, which at this point there is 1 missile turret, which would be enough to kind of deter any sort of mutalisk attack that would be over in this area, especially combined with the bunker. So the mutas are going to retreat, probably gather their numbers just a tiny bit, or go and attack the Terran base, see if there are any weaknesses, which, looking at the base right now, there are a couple missile turrets. Yeah, there's enough missile turrets to really drive off any sort of small attack. However, Dalai is doing a very good job at taking advantage of the range of the missile turret here in the bunker. By taking out this refinery, there was an SCV trying to repair it. However, he did indeed die from the glaives from the mutalisks bouncing around and hitting the SCV, as he did send a few roaches down here to finish it off, as the only real land defense he has, as Tarson has, is right here in this bunker back here, which will not be able to shoot out here, obviously. So this orbital command might go down. It's hard to say. However, Terran is reinforcing with several Marines and Marauders, couple medevacs, pushing the roaches back. And really, there's not too much Zerg can do about this except for try to harass somewhere else, which so far he is actually doing a pretty good job of. He's keeping the Terran on his toes and not really allowing the Terran to get in an offensive position towards his base. So very good harassment by there, as Terran is going to try to retreat down here into kind of a generic spot probably, because if he leaves his forces down here, he can defend both his main base and his natural, which is going up right now. However, there's not a lot going on up here, except there are several mutalisks now. There's a lot of them taken to the field. There aren't any upgrades at the present time for the mutas. Taking a look at the Terran forces here, we do have the one weapons upgrade. As well as you can see, the infantry upgrade is on the way. We also do have up here in the Zerg's base a Baneling nest going down right here. So going to see some Zerglings and Banelings, very good counters against a Marine heavy force, which so far the Terran has had to rely on for defense because of the quantity of mutas that Dalai has gotten so far. So this command center might go down. He's kind of repairing as hard as he can, but not really, as it does indeed die right there. So the SCVs and the mules are going to be transferred down here to this natural expansion, which is currently being manned by a planetary fortress. So that was definitely going to be devastating for Tarson's economy. Not only did he lose the high yield, you can take a look at his economy now. So he's not in a very good position, even with these SCVs and mules working. But he also lost the orbital command, so there goes the mules that are going to come from that as well. So we'll have to see as Zerg is continuing to expand out here, man. He's just taken all over the map. You can see he's got a lot to fun here. He's getting the Baneling speed upgrade. He's getting air defense level 1. And Terran is responding by getting a couple more siege tanks. You can see that mutalisks are kind of hanging around here. More weapons and armor upgrades on the way, as well as the combat shield for the Marines to give them the 10 additional hit points that are needed. So that would be very good to combat the mutalisks, except I don't think he knows that the Banelings are coming yet, so those are just going to be devastating for the counter that Tarson has chosen, as both players are moving out towards each other's expansions here. They are moving on opposite sides of the map, so it's really hard to say what's going to happen. It looks like he might try to take this expansion hover. I'm not too sure what he's doing with that drone, as the Terran player is up here trying to take out this expansion right now, and Zerg is going to come down here at the bottom left corner and try to counter, so to speak, by taking out this expansion of his own. Taking out the missile turrets first, trying to make sure that no damage can be done to the mutalisks. Very good idea, as